Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Sam Moffat and I am here to talk to you about Tapforms 5 for iOS and Mac. Now today we're going to talk about something that's a little specific to me, and that's actually my script manager form. Now if you've seen me on the forum, you may have seen reference to this form. It's a form that has a bunch of different scripts in it that I use across multiple different documents that have a bunch of reusable features and library features. Now, I put this on the forum a while back for folk to download and play with, so that they can build their own stuff around it and expand from there. But after I did that, Brendan added a new feature to the scripting API for scripts to be able to manipulate scripts. Now, what I've since done is created a brand new version of this script manager that uses a repository concept so that we can sort of do package management inside of Tapforms. And it downloads a file from a JSON file from a server, parses that, and automatically creates entries in the script manager for you. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through what that looks like and how you can get that set up yourself. Now, I'm going to post this archive on the forum, and it'll be linked in the description below with some notes, and I'll link back to this video. And when we've done that, hopefully you'll be able to get up and running and import this into your own documents and give it a spin. So to get started, once you've downloaded it from the forum, you're going to need to import a Tapforms archive. It's going to be our script manager archive. When we do that, you'll see that at the top here, it's created a brand new category called Script Manager, and it's added two forms. The first form is my old Script Manager form, and you'll notice that it's actually empty at the moment. That's because this brand new repository form that I've added basically allows you to add different repositories so that you can create your own scripts and manage them yourself. So let's check out this repository for the moment. We can see that it comes pre-filled with a single record, which is a link to my GitHub repository. And if we click on form over here and scripts, we'll see that there are two form scripts for this repository. The first one is very simple. It's called clean. What it does is it deletes all of the scripts out of the script manager. So it goes through, deletes all of the scripts, all of the records, cleans out that form so that it is completely empty, hence clean. The second script here is called update scripts. And what it does is it automatically downloads this URL here, which is a link to my GitHub. It's a little JSON file. And then parses it to create entries in the script manager. It outputs stuff to the console, so let's just get that up and running here. And we'll click on update scripts and we will hit run. So you can see now the UI is updated. We've got a bunch of scripts linked in here with their versions, and you can see from the console log that it's indexing a bunch of different entries automatically, finding items, and then processing them, and we get a nice all done here at the bottom. So we'll close that out. Every so often Tapforms doesn't update the UI properly, but when we click on that we can see that we have a bunch of records here, and we can see that they've got a bunch of enable updates, the installed version. This versions field is empty. I should probably have removed it because we're not really using it. And you can see that there's a bunch of different entries here. It has the name, it has the currently installed version, has the repository that it came from, and that's just a Tapforms link, and we can just click that, brings us back here. And then it has this configuration field, which is actually used by one of my scripts called configuration to be able to set defaults. And so you can see on the right here there are a bunch of different scripts, and they follow this interesting notation. There's actually, we'll make that, can we make that wider? No, we can't. There's actually, and I don't think I can make that wider. There's actually two scripts, or actually one for each version. So we'll see that there's this configuration script, and there's configuration at 1.0.1. Inside this JSON file is a version number that it points to for this script. And when we update that, or when I update that, I change the version number, and that's how it knows how to get the new version. Now, the reason that there are two here is, one, so that you can potentially use a specific version. So if something goes wrong in a script, there's a bug that I introduce, something happens, you can actually specifically force it to do a different version, and actually you can click on this enable updates and it won't change it. But if you've pointed to it, what you can do is, in this configuration, all it's doing is opening up this script at a particular version. And the reason I did this is that then you can include this version, and if you want to get updates, you can keep that enabled updates option ticked, or if you don't, you can go in and you can pin this to a particular version globally for your document. And obviously in your own scripts, you can just pick up the version that you want. Now, an interesting example of this is my currency converter, which I actually just had to fix because it had a bug in it. One of the things it uses is not only the logger that I've used, but this new configuration script. And we'll just hit run on that, and it should do not a lot. We can see that it's actually gone through the default state, and if you have a look here, it's created a default config for the API key. And we'll hit save on that. Now when we look at the currency converter, we can see that there's a configuration item for the API key. One of the things I wanted to do with this particular configuration tool is add the ability to add in different values so that we can put in ASDF, save that, and that becomes a way of starting to extract configuration items from your scripts within Tapforms 5. Now, if for whatever reason you edit something, change something, break it, this clean function just goes back, and we'll just hit run on that, and it deletes all of the scripts. And then when we click back to Script Manager, you can see all of the records are deleted, all of the scripts are deleted. So that clean function is really useful for being able to just wipe the slate clean and re-download everything clean from scratch. And we'll do that again. And there we go. So we can see all of the entries there and all of the changes. Now this makes it really easy to pick some stuff up. As you can see, this is sort of also a work in progress. You can see that it's not correctly adding the versions. It's one of those things that's on my to-do list, just hasn't been done. But I wanted to get this out here for folks so that they can see it, because one of the things that is in here is a script for prompter functions. And what this is a couple of examples of how you can use the prompter with the asynchronous callback system to create different values, a confirmation box, a simple text box. And I wanted to show that in a later video, but to get that accessible, to make that accessible, and obviously it also, you need to be able to get to the script. I wanted to put this video out here first with the script manager, with the repository functionality, so that people can very easily pick up and use these scripts. Hopefully this is useful for folk. Again, there is a forum post to align with this video that you can check out and download the version of the script manager. I'm going to probably update that from time to time to add new functionality. One of the really cool things about Tapforms is if you import an updated version of the same form again, Tapforms will generally update its internal records to match that and relink everything together. It's a really cool feature, very powerful. So keep your eyes open for updates. And if this video was useful for you, please leave a like. If there's anything you'd like me to cover in more detail, add a comment and let me know. And if you're new here and you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. I try to add videos from time to time, but I don't have a fixed schedule. So hit the subscribe button so that you know when I have a new video. Thanks for watching.